Plan for the future by Victory Farm. WCOP with studios in the Copley Plaza Hotel in Boston.
WCOP, Copley Plaza Hotel, Boston. Time, 2:30.
You have to remember that these clubs, this one and most of the others, were all set up at about the same time when the Back Bay was developed and the Hill was developed. There was no radio, no television, no automobiles, nobody could go anywhere, and they organized all these clubs for different purposes.
Remy. Well, the reason for the Sons of Italy is to hold Italian people together, so, like every other organization.
The membership read like the social register. There wasn't any unsuspecting person in the membership. Really extraordinary. Now, they were all much the same. You look at the same people belonged to the Contemporary Club, they belonged to the Tennis Club, and the Somerset Club, the Tavern Club.
The Professional and Businessmen's Club was just that. It was made up of black businessmen. It was a private membership club, but it had a bar downstairs that was open to the public, so you could run into all kinds of people there.
If you wanted to be put up for membership, I would let this book out, and people would mark the people they knew who would write letters to support their membership. And they were all just like the others. I mean, Forbeses and Adamses and Ameses and whatever nots.
Well, the Hendricks Club was a political club that was organized by Martin Lamasti. As the immigrants would come off the boat, particularly from Ireland, he would meet them at the boat and settle them and get them jobs. And there they were endeared to him for the rest of their lives.
There were all these people who wanted to belong who just didn't quite make it. Well, this is the Brahmin. I mean, they were the new Brahmins.
If there is an art to being a Brahmin, then David Crockett has painted the masterpiece. Crockett was born Brahmin and bred Brahmin. His canvas, a life filled with summers on the shore and lunches in the city. At where else? The oh-so-private social clubs of Boston. Crockett has never been a member of just one club. He frequents and is welcome at them all. The earliest clubs in Boston were the dining clubs, popular during the 18th century. Then came the social clubs, as the Brahmins lost their political power with the election of the first Irish mayor. These clubs were a place where like-minded folk could meet and greet, as well as dine in style.
We always wanted to get room C, because it looked out over Boston Common. They were beautiful rooms, beautiful decor.
Clubs in Boston weren't only for the well-to-do, however. Ethnic clubs were as much a part of the neighborhoods as the trolley car.
We also had a lot of fun clubs. The Hibernian Hall that Bernard talks about was a place that I went dancing. It was a place that I knew I could meet Irish girls.
But there were indeed differences. A visit to the Sons of Italy and a visit to the Union Club tell the story.
The Union Club was always a little bit below the salt. The Union Club was founded, originally, because when the Union forces marched down Beacon Street, you know that story, the Somerset Club pulled out all their shades. Well, the reason they pulled down the shades is the same reason they pull them down now, is the sun was pouring in. But a bunch of the members decided it was an offense at the troops, you see, and they were against the Civil War. The membership of the Somerset Club were in trade with England, and they didn't like this one bit. The cotton business was being ruined by the Civil War. So that this bunch got together and bought that house on Park Street and formed the Union Club.
Bailey Aldrich was given his membership in the Union Club by his father as he graduated from Harvard Law School 63 years ago.
There were several members there that liked lunching at the Union Club, and we had a table in what was known as the Groucher's Room. What we grouched about mostly was people coming in and being obvious in their conversation. We like to be nice and quiet, and particularly there was to be no smoking in the Grouch's room.
Hey, don't swear it.
What do you think you are, church?
Tilly, catch.
All day long.
All day.
You got nothing else to do.
Half of us are retired, half are on vacation.
No, the other half are tired. 5, 6. It's the Sons of Italy, 208 Lodge, one of the oldest lodges in the country, and it might be the oldest one in Boston, close to it.
When Joe Coppola opened this branch of the Sons of Italy on Endicott Street, he was carrying on a tradition that goes back before he was a boy, a time when the North End was as Italian as a village in the old country, and new immigrants needed someone to pave the way.
The purpose in the beginning was for that, to help the immigrants, to get them jobs, union, because they were discriminated against. It's no secret about that.
As for the rules of the club, well, there's not many, and even the most important ones seem negotiable.
Well, you have to be Italian to be a member, because it's the Sons of Italy. You could be half Italian, half Irish, but the Italian name is the father's name, and you could be a member. See?
Now, you have to be Italian to be a member or married to an Italian. If your wife is an Italian, she could be a member. If your wife is Italian, you could be a member. Now, as far as anybody being adopted by Italians, I don't know how that works, but it should be that once you're adopted, you're Italian.
Gives me somewhere to go and meet the fellas and talk and play cards and get away from my wife for a few hours. Then I go home with a clear head.
The North End was made up all clubs. Now they're becoming restaurants. There ain't too many left. It's becoming obsolete clubs. So we just happen to have the Sons of Italy, which is indestructible.
Well, you're one of us.
Mamma mia.
What do you want to do? Come on, let's go.
Last night, Artie opened here at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel after an absence from Boston for a year and a half.
In 1927, when the Ritz-Carlton first opened, it also seemed more like a private club than a hotel. Fashioned after the Paris Ritz, the owner granted rooms only to those listed in the social register. And during the Depression, he ordered all of the lights on in vacant rooms, lest the public think that the Ritz was suffering. Martha Johnson Walters and Simon Devine have been coming to the Ritz over 60 years. To them, it is the ultimate Boston club.
There were many people banned from the Ritz.
Yeah, and celebrities, too.
Absolutely.
Because of their
made no
behavior.
difference.
If they didn't behave the way they should, they weren't allowed back again.
But in those days, when the roof opened, the only tall building that you could see in Boston was the Custom House Tower. And now that is surrounded by all skyscrapers, so you can't even see it from the roof. You know, you tell any young person going to the roof now, they find it hard to believe you.
That's right. That's life. Life is changes.
There are some of us you just can't get rid of, though.
No.
We stay on and on.